Hi there, this is the White Fan, an adventurer and photographer, and for the last 3 years I have been traveling all across India in search of unique people, unique places, unique landscapes, unique events, and above all, to experience the highest possible dynamic range that India has to offer. And this thing has led me to experience some of the most unique moments anyone has ever experienced, from which takes birth of today's storyline. That is the story of capturing photographs from 33,000 feet above the ground. So without any further ado, let's take it up there. So this thing starts during the lockdown period, that is around 2020 to 2021. Now my family is extremely outgoing and we found ourselves in quite difficult positions when everything around us shut down. So we decided, let's just skip everything and go to the mountains once again. So when our flight started from Calcutta to Lucknow, we had a connecting flight. It was extremely boring. It was diabolical. Like, if you stared out of the window, you got nothing to see, just a grey sky and a lousy big sun right at the center of it. And it got so boring, so much so that the people around us, our co-passengers, they literally took a nap. They slept there right after getting on an airplane. And that was pathetic to look at. But I was excited. I was hopeful. I was excited because I was traveling with my parents. So we stayed awake and we talked about various things. And it was right at this point we saw a very small patch of cloud far apart from our airplane, from my window side. And pretty soon after that, there was another piece of cloud, and then another, and then another, and then another. Things escalated fast, and pretty much soon, within the next 30 seconds, we found ourselves gliding and hovering over a sea of clouds, white, furry, fresh clouds, ever-changing clouds against an azure sky. The haze had totally gone out and it was beautiful sunny weather up there at that moment. But it was nothing new. You know why? Because we have seen this kind of pictures, this kind of views hundreds and thousands of times all across the social media, all across the internet, and even in your own plane journeys. We have seen this many times, that we get to see the azure sky and fluffy clouds. But then the magic started to happen during the second half of our flight, that is from Lucknow to Dehradun. So our flight towards Dehradun and from Lucknow took off right before the dusk. When it reached around 33,000 feet above the ground, the temperature was about around minus 15 degrees Celsius up there outside the plane, and there were furry smoky clouds which was being illuminated by the dying light of the setting sun, and it looked beautiful. Let me explain. This one is interesting here. On the eye level we could see these white smoky clouds that is being pierced by the golden sun rays, and from up here on the ground level we could see a dark patch of land in which there was this huge river forming large prominent meanders like that of the Amazon rainforest, and it looked so beautiful and so pretty, especially the dynamic range and the contrast between this upper layer and the lower ground. It petrified us. In fact, I was so much taken into the moment that had it not been for my father, I could have easily missed some pretty good shots. So just as he reminded me, and I slapped in the polarizer of my camera and I looked to the viewfinder to discover something marvelous, something out of the world, and something that is a form of blessing for us to see. That is, the river that was running on the black soil was reflecting the golden light of the sun, and the contrast it created right on the ground there, the black soil and the golden river. It looked as if someone laid a golden necklace on a charcoal infused soil, and it was so beautiful, so pretty to stare at. This entire experience was worth one of a kind, and I love it because I had my parents with me and we all witnessed this moment together from an airplane 33,000 feet above the ground, cruising towards our dream destination, Chandrashila Peak, and this was a moment to remember. And it's 2 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm really tired. It's really hot here. Adios, take care, goodbye.